Hi everyone and welcome to my fledgling channel. And in this video I'm going to talk about Feng Shui, which is a practice that I dearly love. But it is also a topic that has a lot of messaging around it that I have something of a problem with. And namely that is promoting Feng Shui as a magical quick fix manifestation technique, which is something that I just can't endorse based on my own experience and the experience of others. The reason I love Feng Shui so much is because it can help us to bring the energy in our homes into balance and alignment in a way that supports our well-being and does support us in whatever it is that we want to do with our lives or achieve with our lives. I believe that our homes play a significant role in our overall well-being, so our mental, emotional, spiritual, physical well-being, and that in turn helps us to achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve in life. And Feng Shui is a practice that can help us to bring the energy in our home back into balance if things are a little out of kilter. But as well as that, it can be a valuable personal development too. And that is the approach that I take with Feng Shui. I have a two-pronged approach, which I'll explain to you now, that helps me to gain clarity and insight around where my own inner blocks, whether it's limiting beliefs or behavior patterns or whatever, might be sabotaging me in actually achieving what it is that I want to achieve. So if you have tried Feng Shui in the past and were disappointed with results, then keep watching. This might be of help. This isn't going to be a lesson in Feng Shui in terms of explaining the Bagua and explaining what the recommendations are and what the suggested cures are in different situations. There's millions of those videos out there. I do have a blog post on my website which explains all of that, and I link it in the description box below. If people are interested in me making a video on that at a future date, let me know in the comments. But what I'm really looking at in this video is how we can use Feng Shui in a more holistic way to support us in leading our best lives, rather than trying to use it to very quickly and magically make something that we desire happen. So I am going to assume if you're clicked on this video, you have some knowledge of Feng Shui and you're aware of the Bagua, which is the 9-grid map that correlates different areas of our homes to different aspects of our lives. And so how I use the Bagua, as I said, I have a two-pronged approach. The first one I call the inside-out approach, which is when I'm experiencing challenges in some area of my life and I'm aware of that and I want to take active steps to improve that, then I look at the part of my home that corresponds with that aspect of my life. So for example, if it's my finances I want to work on, I look at the wealth area of my home and I look for where the clutter hotspots are, the repairs that need to be made, is dysfunctional in that part of my home. And then I set about remedying that, whether it's decluttering or just cleaning and tidying or repairing leaks or insulating drafts, whatever it is. Once I get clarity on what's dysfunctional in that part of my home, I set about remedying that. And once that is done, then I might put additional Feng Shui remedies in place, such as maybe money plant is one of the wealth remedies, but doing all of that with the conscious intention of making space internally for insights to drop in. So what I mean by that is, say you identify that there's clutter or whatever to be cleared in that part of your home. Before you actually go about clearing the clutter, take a moment with yourself, get grounded and centered, and set the intention that as you clear the space or as you repair whatever needs fixing, that you will be making space internally to receive whatever insights you need to receive about whatever actions you might need to take to make improvements in your finances. So you're not only going to take actions to improve that part of your home, you're going to look with it and take whatever steps you need to take to make improvements in that area. Now, the insights won't always come straight away, but if you set the intention and release it, just set the intention and trust that whatever you need to know will become known to you in time. So that's the inside out approach. Then the outside in approach is what I use when, say, I'm not maybe consciously looking to work on a particular area of my life, but I am noticing that clutter is building up somewhere in some aspects of my home, and I'm not motivated to clear it because I know that the clutter isn't helpful on any level. I'm always motivated to declutter. I promote decluttering a lot. I have a free decluttering challenge, which I'll also link below. But I struggle with getting started as much as the next person. It's not my idea of fun, but the benefits are really powerful. I know that the benefits are really powerful. So when clutter is starting to build in some area of my home and I'm struggling to get started on clearing it, what I do then is I remind myself of what aspect of my life is related to that part of my home. And then I reflect on, well, how is everything going in that area of my life? Is it all hunky-dory, or are there a few hiccups that I might want to work on? And that's what gives me the motivation then to start clearing. So sometimes it's what's going on in the home that sparks me to reflect inwardly, and sometimes it's what's going on inwardly that motivates me to look at my home. So inside out, outside in, but the process is the same. You're looking at your home as a mirror of what's going on for you in your life. And if you are struggling to get clarity on what you need to do to make improvements in your life, then work on the physical level, work on the corresponding area of your home. And doing that so often just clears space mentally and emotionally to receive the insights that you need. Because when we're under a lot of stress and anxiety, it's really hard to receive those insights. And decluttering in particular, it's a foundational step in Feng Shui. Obviously, there's lots of different recommendations and suggestions, but decluttering is the foundation. So there's no point in putting all your cures in place if there's stuff everywhere and if your space isn't clean. And if you do nothing else from a Feng Shui point of view, but declutter, it's highly probable that you will notice improvements within yourself with how you feel afterwards. So that's my big thing with Feng Shui. I do love it. As I said, I think it's a really valuable practice. Every time I move into a new home, I apply the bagua, I place all the remedies in place. I set everything up, according to Feng Shui recommendations. I don't get my knickers in a twist about things that I can't control. Feng Shui is not the only system out there that works with our home in that way. The Vedic system of India has a similar practice. It's called Vastu Shastra. It also divides the home into different areas corresponding to different aspects of our lives, and has recommendations on how to lay things out and what symbols to place where in order to support different aspects of your life. But they're different, Feng Shui and Vastu Shastra, they're similar, but they're also different. What the important thing is about the energy. It's all about the energy in your home and the intentions that you have around using your home to support your well-being. When you view your home as a mirror for where you were at energetically, then you can consciously and intentionally build a mindful relationship with your home that supports your well-being and that supports you in achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve with your life. But I can't stress enough that I really think the value is in viewing Feng Shui as a personal development aid rather than a magical manifestation tool. And I do have a blog post around this whole topic. So this video is inspired by a blog post that I have. So I'll link that blog post in the description box, along with the kind of the introduction to Feng Shui blog post. And I'll also link the 30-day decluttering challenge, which is also completely free. And yeah, I hope you found the video helpful, and I'd be interested to know what your own experience has been with Feng Shui. Please share in the comments. And if you have any questions or any suggestions for future videos, this is a new channel, but the overall kind of theme is creating a sense of sanctuary in your life and using interior design and spiritual practices and general self-care techniques to support us in creating that sense of sanctuary. So if you have any suggestions for future videos, I'd love to hear them. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you feel inclined, and I'll see you in the next one.